Hi folks, it's Mike here again. Time to do another video. Haven't been out doing videos for a couple of months now, and reason for that is I've been busy with IAM associates and training new IAM observers. So I thought today do something a little bit different, go out for a ride. We're here today in Melton, and we're going to head over to Orford for a breakfast down at the quay. Do a little bit of commentary along the way, point out one or two places of interest, and just generally have a little chat as we go along. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so it's a nice bright sunny day today. Sun's a little bit low, so hopefully the camera will cope okay. We're going to head up through Rendlesham Forest on some of the nice sweepy bends up there. So the first hazard we have here today is railway crossing on a bend, and there's two ways to deal with these. Either get your turn done nice and early so you're nice and straight to go over it, or go over it at an angle, so we'll get nice and straight here. Today it's not so much of a problem, but they can be very slippery in the wet. So 30-mile-an-hour speed limit along here, just watching the vehicles ahead, lost view of them round the corner, and national speed limit sign, nothing behind us. There's a pub on the left and nothing waiting to come out. A few bikes in there today. So looking up into the distance, we see the mini roundabout. We're just going to cross over the River Deben here. And we're going to go left here. Still nothing behind us. Just watching the vehicles on the roundabout. Quite a bit of smoke here for some reason. Somebody got a bonfire. Yep, I can smell it. So we've got staggered junction ahead, and the vehicle right at the front of the queue, or front of the three vehicles, is turning off. It's just holding back. So most of this road today will be national speed limits. So if we can, if it's safe and to do so, then we'll obviously be able to do 60 mile an hour. But there's plenty of times where we're not able to do that. So it's a long sweeping right hand bend ahead. Just watching the entrance to the pub. Unusual name for a pub there, the Unruly Pig. I don't know where they got the name for that from. And we're just coming down this corridor of trees here. There's a junction on the left hand side first here, and then there's another one here, which can be a bit confusing for some people because actually two legs of the junction. So you pass the first one and actually the traffic comes out of the second one. So I'm sitting out towards the centre of the road here, keeping away from the vehicle waiting to come out, and then the road goes right, so I'm moving across to the left. 30-mile-an-hour speed limit, just bringing my speed down. Taking third gear. At this speed there's no need to be tucked out right up against the white line. There we are, we've got one of these speed limit signs here. What's it tell me I'm doing? It says I'm doing 28 and it's got an indicated speed of 30, so I know the Triumph overreads by a couple of miles an hour. So in the distance here we can see that there's some national speed limit signs. There's a car poking its nose out. A lot of people, if they were looking that far ahead, will be accelerating at this point. We'll just hold on until we get to the national speed limit sign. There's another vehicle waiting to creep. And there I've had to back off to let him out. And so we are often asked why those signs are placed where they are. Probably because of some medieval parish boundaries that are in place there. They've been put at the end of the parish rather than being placed for road safety, which is a bit of a pet peeve of mine, but there you go. So, looking into the distance, Ben's going round to the left. I'm tucked out near the white line. Back towards the near side, keeping a check on the mirrors. Nothing behind us. And as we come out of the bend, looking as far into the distance as we possibly can. Watching these vehicles on the left and right here on the picnic sites in Rendlesham Forest. And as we come along here, we're actually riding between two Air Force bases. We've got Woodbridge Air Force Base and Bentwaters, both of them mothballed now, but they're still there. So we've got a junction on the left hand side here, just easing a little so I get enough of a view through, and then I can come out right out towards the white line. And then tuck back into the left hand side for the right hand bend. Just being mindful that maybe cyclists about today, well any time there may be cyclists, but particularly today, a nice sunny day, they tend to like to use this road. So we've got white horse box ahead. I was going to say initially that it was a dormobile of some sort, but it's not. So we're not going to get too close because I don't want to lose the view. So let's try and get a view up the left hand side here, see if we can see. Yep, there's plenty of clear space there. So a lot of people forget that. If you're going around a left hand bend there, you can tuck over to the left. Don't get too close to the vehicle and look up the near side, get a view up the road. So a nice open sweeping B road here. And again, each time we come around each of these bends, we look as far into the distance as possible to see what's going on, and then work our way back, scanning left and right, particularly mindful along here of wildlife that may come out of from the sides. Now ahead here we've got a nice kink in the road, or two bends linked together. Now I can see right through, there's nothing behind me, there's nothing wrong with doing this as long as you're 100% everything is clear. So we'd already got a clear view through that double bend there. It wasn't that we were moving over to get the view, we'd already got it and we were just riding through using what we already had. So no surprises. There on the right is the entrance to Rendlesham Forest, where you can go down there and view the famous UFO landing sites, allegedly, depending what your viewpoint is on the subject. Of course you can go down there at night and also watch the lighthouse at Orford. So we're going through the trees here, we've gone from bright sunlight into the darkness, just again mindful animals that may be lurking about. And as we come through each of these bends, we're adopting our near side and positions 1 and 3 mainly to get the best view through. Not going silly. And I've already seen the 30 sign here, so just checking mirrors, rolling off, a little bit of brake to come into Butley, and we'll take 4th gear just to trundle through here. In fact, as we're now coming down the hill, I'm going to take 3rd gear to hold the bike back. So this is Butley Village. The woodland here is quite famous for the flowers that grow in there. And some nice walks around this area. There's the Butley Village sign. So here we've got sand and gravel down the road, and particularly on this next stretch of road is something to consider. I know it gets very sandy along here, blown off the fields. In fact, you can see it building up on the corner here. And again, as soon as we come around the corner, we can see in the furthest point we can see is a national speed limit sign. Still nothing behind us, and we can pick our speed up again. So as I say, this stretch of road is well known for getting quite sandy in places, so just be mindful of that. Hopefully on the video you can hear the variation in the speed of the engine, tone of the engine. And here we lost our view because of a blind crest, so I'm just going to not go too far until I regain my view. So tuck it into the near side here, sharp right hand bends, and 30 limit for another section of the road where we've got houses. Feature of Suffolk is that wherever there's any houses beside the road, generally it's been put down to 30 mile an hour. So as we come along here, we're just being mindful of the entrances. Some hidden entrances in some of the between these hedges. Those mirrors there tucked on the hedgerow is an indication that there's something around. And we've got a parked car on the right hand side, so we're just trying to look over the top of that, see what's going on. Mirror check. And come out nice and early, don't leave it late if you can. Just flow past then. Again, people leave it too late, they ride right up to the vehicle and then have to do quite a bit of steering input to get around the vehicle. If there's nothing about, get out nice and early. So national speed limit, nothing behind us. And briskly get up to the speed limit, if it is safe to do so. We've got a little bit of a crest here, so we can see now. And then looking into the distance, I can see some flashing lights of. No, it's a vehicle going through the sunlight under the trees. Just watching the vehicle on the right. And again, we've gone back into the shade here, but hopefully the camera is coping. So junction on the left hand side, we had a nice early warning sign of it, and then I'm going to sit nice and wide from it for that reason. And in the distance we can see the road goes round to the right. Just looking at the hedge line there. So now the sun is right in my face. So backed off a little bit. So ahead we can see a car sitting across our path now. Does that mean there's a junction? Is he parked up? He's slow on the road, and we've got give way sign. So just mindful of what this vehicle is doing. Is he lost? Doesn't know where he's going? Is he going to pull away just as I want to? So we'll let them sort themselves out. Make sure everything's clear. And away. So we've got a left and right hand bend here. But we can see all the way through it, so there's no need for me to take up position 3. I can come through here quite safely in position 1, because I can see all the tarmac all the way through the bend. So we've got warning for horses and 40 limit as we approach Orford. Over on the right you may be able to just make out the castle. And 30 limit, checking the mirrors, still nothing behind us. Roads are quite empty this morning. Yeah, that one says I'm doing 29. School time, it's Sunday. Shouldn't be much going on today. No, it doesn't look like there's any parked cars or any events taking place. So as we come through the village of Orford, it starts to get narrower. And we need to adjust the speed accordingly. So while we're here, I will turn right here and take you and show you the castle. So just being careful here because of vehicles coming from the left. Through the village square. There's nothing behind me, so I'll just ease off a little and hopefully you can see the castle there in all its glory. Well, it's called a castle, but if you want to be pedantic, it's actually just the keep of the castle. Just follow this little tiny lane here. Okay, so immediately looking up the road we've got some dog walkers. Just come through here about 20 miles an hour. Always mindful of dogs, even if they're on the leads. They don't seem to like motorcycles for some reason. And sometimes if they're on those extending leads, it's surprising how far out into the road they can actually get. So we're going to turn right here and head down towards the quay. Vehicle coming from the left. And I can see absolutely nothing from the right, so I'm going to have to just slowly creep the bike forward. And we've got parked cars down the left hand side, and I can see there's a vehicle coming towards us. So I'm just going to hold back and let him come through. Couple of motorcycles heading towards us, but there's plenty of room for both of us to go through. Nobody I know. And so here we are at the quay at Orford. There's Orford Ness over there, which is a nature reserve now, but used to be a military place for testing radar and various other secret things. And you can actually get a boat here and go out for a journey out there and have a visit. But I'm going to park up now, have a sneaky breakfast, and hope you've enjoyed the little journey. As I say, nothing in particular, just a little bit of a demo ride. And this is Mike. Until next time, keep safe.